And welcome to Call Me Oz Live. Today is Wednesday. In case you didn't know, I just wanted to let you know that today is actually Wednesday. Today is officially the first Wednesday of the month of March. In case you didn't know, just thought I would let you know all that. I also got to tell you something else. Tonight's show is going to be so epic, and I'm going to tell you why. Because our special guest is Shelly Repp. She is the founder and director of the New Mexico Dream Center. Yes, that's right. That's the folks that we partnered up with during the karaoke season last year. They are back with us. I don't see us ever parting ways because this is what we do and this is what they do, and it just works. So we're going to be visiting with her during the show tonight. So you definitely don't want to go anywhere. She's going to be with me during the whole show, and then at the end we're going to talk about some pretty amazing things that are going on. So last week, I only ended up being in 7 venues. I should have been in 10. One of them was remodeling. The other 2, well, my sinuses weren't cooperating, so I had to cancel out a night, if you can believe that. I think that's the first time I've done that in years. Then, this upcoming week, I've got 11 venues to visit. And on the website, I'm going to show you the Dance Tonight page and why you should know it's there. And then I'm going to show you something on the under 18 family page because the weather's warming up, so it's family time. And I don't know about you, but when me and my person had 5 kids, finances were a little rough, so we had to get a little creative about what we did with the family. So I'm going to show you something that we did a lot of. And then I'm going to tell you about the events that are going on, where you can go to watch a stand-up comedy show, a magic show, and an acoustic guitarist all in one night with no cover charge. That's right, I said free. And it's family friendly. So you can just bring the whole family with you if you want to. That's fine. Also, going to talk about a Los Lunas venue that has added Tuesday nights to its karaoke world, a karaoke competition that is giving out $1,500 in cash prizes, a business-to-business networking event going on this month. It's also going to have comedians, magicians, acoustic guitars, and karaoke, of course, go figure. A West Side venue that is changing its nights and times, and the New Mexico State Fair Call Me Oz Karaoke Showcase schedule so far. Yes, tonight I am going to let you know who the satellite venues are at this point in time and when those tryouts are. Then also, we now have another family-friendly venue downtown on Friday nights. You're going to love this place. So don't go anywhere. As soon as we come back, we're going to go through all of that and more. And I also have a Little Wayne joke for you tonight. So you definitely don't want to go anywhere. You've got to hear about this joke from Little Wayne. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Call Me Oz Live. That was quick.
Quick commercials.
That
Who
was,
knew?
Right?
I'm used to commercials really extending, so you don't get to the meat of the show for a long time. So that was fast.
Exactly. So, in case y'all don't know, this is Shelly Repp. She is the founder, director, correct?
Yes.
New Mexico Dream Center.
Yes.
We're going to talk a lot about what she does here in just a little bit.
Absolutely.
In fact, we're going to fly through this stuff as much as possible because there's a lot to talk about.
Well, I was trying to tell you, we got to extend the show. An hour? You think you can talk to me and do all of that in an hour? I don't see how it's going to happen.
Right. So I guess we're just going to have to fly through everything because we're just going to have to make it happen.
Okay.
Yes. So I just want to say hi to Bree and Michelle and Renee and Jade and Lyle. Thanks for joining us.
Hi.
Lyle is joining us all the way from California.
What?
Yes.
You go all the way to California?
Yes.
Legit.
Yes, Lyle is awesome. He's a good buddy of ours. We met up with him many years ago doing a show called Been There, Sung That. So he would
That's
come
clever.
into Albuquerque and visit us every once in a while. So
That's cool. That's good.
been a while, Lyle.
That should be his tagline now. Been a while, Lyle. Like hashtag been a while, Lyle. I just invented something.
I love it. I love it. Been a while, Lyle. I like that. Yes.
You had to bring me for some reason, so you know.
Thank you, Shelly.
You're welcome.
You're all done now. Just kidding. So, last week, I should have been in 10 venues. When I left here, I went down to Copper Lounge, only to find out that they have chosen to close down for a couple of months while they remodel. And then they're going to reopen. And when they do, it's going to be a new venue. And but they're going to continue doing karaoke on Wednesday nights.
Okay, question from the
Yes.
newbie.
Yes.
So, so you're going to do 10 venues in 7 days? Because I'm pretty sure I live in a 7-day week. I think most people do.
Yes.
So I'm just really curious. Like when you said that, I'm like, how do you do 10 venues in 7 days?
It's pretty amazing. I jump in my helicopter.
Yes.
No,
I knew you had a helicopter. I knew there were superpowers somewhere.
I wish I had a helicopter. So many nights I go to 2 venues a night. Certain nights I hit 4 to 5 venues in one night.
What?
Yes, because that's what it takes.
You're kind of old. I mean,
I know. I'm
I
old,
don't know.
and I'm beginning to feel it too. It's driving me nuts.
That's all right. Way to go, Oz. You keep going to those 4 and 5 venues a night.
I don't know how I do it, but I do it. Yes.
I don't know.
So, so that night I was supposed to go to 2 venues, but the other venue temporarily stopped doing karaoke. So that Wednesday night when I left here, I could have just gone home.
Right? So what did you do in your free time? You suddenly found yourself footloose and fancy-free from the venues. What
I'm
did you
old,
go
I
do?
went home.
Okay, that's what I would do too. It's absolutely what I would do.
It's what I did. I went
Yeah.
home. Yes, and I went to bed very early that night.
Sounds delicious.
Right? So then on Thursday night, the very next night,
Okay.
this was the crazy night. My Thursday nights are rough. So I went to Tractor Brewery on the west side with Kamikaze Karaoke.
Nice.
Because they do karaoke every Thursday from 7 to 11-ish.
All right.
And then I went to Desert Valley Brewing Company right down the road because Kamikaze Karaoke does karaoke there also every Thursday from 7 to 11.
What?
Is that crazy?
That is. How do they do?
5 minutes apart from each other and they do that.
Right. I don't know. I didn't even know karaoke was such a big thing. And now, getting to know you, it is a huge, huge part
Yes,
of
it
Albuquerque in our state.
It is massive. It is huge. From there, I went to the Effing Bar and Grill, which is also on the west side, and that was with Amos, and they do karaoke every Thursday from 9 to 1. You remember Amos?
I do remember Amos, and I do have to say that it's actually called Effing Bar and Grill, because when you first told me about Effing Bar and Grill, I'm like, dang, what is the real name of this? I'm a little nervous to go in, but it actually is.
Yes, that is actually the name.
F-I-N-G, yeah.
Yes,
That's-
Effing Bar.
Yeah, all
Yes.
right.
And they are, once again, a New Mexico State Fair participating venue.
Yes.
They have been since 2014, and they will have their audition on Thursday, July 18th.
Ooh, so nice. So you really are getting prepared for this state fair thing. Because,
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
it's March, and the state fair's like September,
Mm-hmm.
but it takes a lot of work, I guess.
Well, not only that, but we have to be ready to start taking reservations on March the 19th.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the season begins April 19th at Lucky 66.
What, already?
Already.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, we are almost there.
Yes,
I'm
it
not
is
ready.
super
I
crazy.
gotta work on my singing.
You better get to it, Shelly. We had this discussion in the meeting. Do you remember?
I know. Here's the deal. Not having me sing might be a good idea. Just saying. I've got many skills, of which that
But not
may
singing.
not. I only know church songs.
Oh, well,
So
sing a church
I can
song.
do Amazing Grace.
Hey,
Really.
I do Shine from the Newsboys.
What?
Yep.
Shine.
Yep.
That was back in the 90s, man. Wow.
I love that song.
I
It
do
is such
too.
an epic song.
We used to do that in kids' church when your kids were in
Yes.
kids' church with me. We
I
used to
remember
do
that.
that with puppets in kids' church. That's how old it is. Be
was-
warned.
It was actually very epic going into bars and singing a Christian song. It was
Nice.
It was really epic.
That's cool.
But that song is not like this overly, Christian song. It's just,
No.
and so it was kind of like people were just like really into it. It was kind of
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, it's got a really good message, and
Right.
it's not like you have to like fall on your knees and repent from
No.
being at the bar or anything. So it's okay. It works.
Exactly. So after leaving the effing bar, this is all in one night, mind you. This is
I
stop
don't-
number 4.
I don't get it.
The Soch, the Albuquerque Social Club with Camo.
Ooh,
And they do karaoke every Thursday from 9 to 1.
wow.
So I was there, and then that was the end of that.
Okay.
The next night, on that Friday night, I was supposed to go to the local brew house in Rio Rancho and then Lucky 66 Bowl, but my sinuses did not cooperate.
Dang sinuses.
Yes.
It
So
must be spring in New Mexico when the
Exactly.
sinuses are giving you trouble.
Exactly. So that was an early night home. To bed and a 13-hour sleep night.
What? 13 hours?
13
You must have taken
hours.
like some antihistamines or something.
So what I did is I took some NyQuil, I took 2 little red pills, I took 4 ibuprofens.
I'm not even sure what those little red pills are, but
Well, the little red pills are sinus pills.
oh,
They work
NyQuil and sinus pills. I am glad we didn't have to like call and get you
Yes.
revived.
I'm surprised I was alive the next day, but I woke up just fine.
Okay.
I was up
Cleared
and at
it.
'em. Boom,
Yeah.
ready to go.
Cleared
yes,
it up.
it was a
Nice.
Saturday. So so the local brew house, unfortunately, I am not able to reschedule them in my next schedule, but I was able to reschedule Lucky 66 Bowl for this Friday.
Okay.
So I will be there. And then
As in like Friday in just a couple days.
in just a couple
Okay.
of days, yes.
Got it.
And then last Sunday was my Kilt Check Sunday. So Kilt Check does karaoke every Sunday from 3 to 7. It is a family-friendly place. So there's actually a lot of families that go there.
Right.
And it's packed.
I've been to Kilt Check, and it was really family friendly. I didn't know
It's
if I was
really
going to walk
nice.
in and like the bartenders were going to go freedom, but they didn't. It was like cool. It was fine. I didn't have any worries about
Yeah.
any of that. It was
It
good.
is a really, really nice place. In fact, what I've been doing now, instead of just going for 1 hour like I do with everything else, I actually
Yeah.
bring my granddaughters down.
Oh.
And my daughter comes with me, and we all hang out the whole time and order pizza to get delivered. And
Yes.
it's just a lot of fun.
I think I saw some pictures on like Facebook with
Probably.
you and the grandkids.
Yep.
That's pretty cute.
You may have seen him singing live
Yes.
at the same time.
Yes.
It is epic.
That is very fun.
Yes. So they, too, are also a returning venue for the New Mexico State Fair Karaoke
Nice.
Showcase. They are not doing the minors. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
We're doing something different this year, which is going to be completely epic. But Kilcheck is going to do adults.
Okay. Very cool.
So their day is Sunday, August the 18th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Nice.
So,
That'll be great.
That'll be a
good.
great Sunday thing.
It's- yeah.
It's going to be cool.
Kilcheck has a great vibe.
Yeah. And then, so last night I went to Elks Lodge, the one in Rio Rancho with Tommy Hurricane. They do karaoke every Tuesday from 8 to 12.
I did not know lodges were into this. Wow.
Yes. In fact, they hosted one of the minors competitions last year.
Oh,
The very
that's
first one.
great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And then I went to Sidelines, where Country Joe is, and they used to do karaoke on Monday and Tuesday from 9 to 1. Starting this last week, they changed it to Tuesdays and Wednesdays
Okay.
from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Okay.
So they have new hours. So
Nice.
it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for them.
Right.
So,
Right.
so I was there for a little bit, and then I was done. So, yeah, so last night was an easy night. 2 venues.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you call that easy,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is what I'm getting from this, though, is I feel like I need to have a cool name. Everybody else has cool names. There's like Country Joe's and,
Oz.
Oz. I
And
feel the
LJ.
need. And yeah. I'm going to have to start thinking of a cool name.
Okay, challenge everybody out there that's watching.
There you go.
Shelly needs a name.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Shelly needs a stage name.
Let's do a caveat with that. So, I do work with a lot of people in the faith world, so keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind.
There we go.
Yes.
I did have a stage name once. So back in the 90s, there was this, young college kid who was helping me with some of the stuff I was doing, and he was totally cool, and he called me P. Shelly, which I thought was really cool. I tried to make that stick, but
it
didn't stick. Every now and then I try to be cool, and I'm like, yeah, I'm P. Shelly, and they're like, man, you're not.
Well, you do understand what that sounds like, right? P. Shelly?
It does.
Pee.
Like going pee? Like
going
potty?
pee. Yeah, like going
Oh, I didn't
potty.
even think about that. I was thinking pee like pastor.
No, like potty Shelly.
Oh, dang. Okay, don't do that one. We're just throwing that one away.
Yes.
We'll take that off the table. I didn't, he might have been just making fun of me and I didn't ever know it.
How
How is it taking me this long?
Bullying
We are
you.
in 2019, and that was, man, I've got to pay more attention to these things.
Right? Can you still look this guy up?
I know. I know him. I can
You
find
know.
him. I would
Now
talk
you
to
can tell him we figured this out on the show.
I'm like, I know now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he even remembers that he named me that, to tell you the truth.
So tonight, when I leave here,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go down to Shift Change, which is down in the valley. Used to be Low Spirits. Shift Change is kind of a really cool social club. It's a first responders club.
What?
Yeah.
That's
so-
a great name for that. I didn't even think
Shift
about
change.
that until you said that. I'm like,
Makes sense,
oh,
right?
that's perfect. I
Right.
love it.
Yeah, so I go down there and I sing karaoke with all the cops and all the paramedics and
Nice.
yeah, and all that stuff.
You know, I'm going to tell my
Pretty awesome.
son-in-law. He's a first responder.
Is he?
And he had put this thing on Facebook one time about how there's, nothing open during the shift change. And I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
There is a legitimate place for him.
Yes,
I'll tell him.
and tell him to go down. It's on 2nd Street. It used to
Okay.
be Low Spirits. Couldn't tell you the exact address, but if you go to Call Me Oz, go to the Find a Place to Sing page. They are a sponsor.
Okay.
So their address and
Great
all their
idea.
information is
Okay,
right
I
there.
will do that and
Yes.
pass that on because he needs to know. He needs something. And you know what? Shift change is a way better name than low spirits because low
Right.
spirits kind of makes me feel a little sad. Because
right.
then you're like low.
Yeah, you're like, what? Why am I feeling so bummed out? Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's
Shift
crazy.
change.
So, and then from there, I'll go around the corner to Leo's nightclub
Yes.
and do some more karaoke with Rhythm Express, which is Alan. And they do karaoke every Monday and Wednesday from 6 to 10 p.m.
Wow. I did not realize that karaoke's like literally like 7 days a week, right? Or is it like I had no idea. I thought it was just
7
like
days
in
a week.
bowling alleys once a month. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
See, unfortunately, a lot of people go to the bowling alleys first because they always know that bowling alleys have it. And, like Lucky 66 is really smart. They
Okay.
have an independent KJA. I mean, they really do it right.
Great.
Silver Lanes is okay, but I don't know. We won't talk about that. So,
That's good because I don't know.
yeah, that's the way the bowling alleys are. But most people always go to a bowling alley because most bowling alleys have karaoke.
I
Yes.
have to say, until I met you or kind of re-met you, I always associated karaoke with bowling alleys. So
alleys.
when you were telling me about it, I'm like, I don't know, I'm not that into bowling. But
Yeah, right. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, there's
It's
like
all over
30
the place.
venues that do this. Yes.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
awesome.
It's huge.
That's great.
So then tomorrow, Thursday, is what I call my killer day. So on Thursday, once a month, I got to go down to Los Lones and Belen all day
Oh, wow.
because I deal with my clients down there
Okay.
during the day. And then at night, I do karaoke. So I start at Ribs in Los Lunas. That is with Randy Gomez with Jam Sessions. They do karaoke every Thursday from 6 to 10, or Tuesdays from 6 to 10, and then Thursdays from 7 to 11. So when I did the opening monologue and I talked about a Los Lunas venue that added Tuesdays,
Right.
that's the one that added Tuesdays.
Okay. And that's Ribs again? You're saying
Ribs, yeah. It's
Okay.
Ribs and Tractor Brewery all in the same building.
Nice.
Family friendly. It's a very nice place.
Can you get ribs there, or is it something else?
no,
I'm just
they-
curious because I'm a
yes.
little hungry. Okay.
Yes, they do have ribs.
Ribs, nice.
They're
okay.
good ribs.
Are they?
Yeah,
I'm
they're good ribs.
Glad to hear that.
Yes.
In case I
So-
go to Los Lunas.
So head on down to Los Lunas and get some ribs.
Yeah.
Because, you can't get ribs in Albuquerque.
No, I mean, what am I thinking? If I'm going to get ribs, I'm going to go to Los Lunas.
Right.
For sure.
Yes.
And do karaoke.
And, well, you have to wait till tomorrow to do
Oh,
it.
dang.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
So, but if you go down there tomorrow, I'll be there. At
Okay.
least for an hour. And then from there, I will leave and go to Hub City Brew Company in Belen.
Okay.
When they do karaoke every Thursday from 7 to 11 with Danielson.
Okay.
And they are going to be a satellite venue for the New Mexico State Fair this year.
Nice.
Yes.
So what does exactly a satellite venue mean?
So what exactly a satellite venue is we have two different types of venues. We have the primary venues, which are going to qualify 8 adults.
Okay.
And then we have the satellites, and the satellites will be holding smaller auditions and be qualifying 2 adults.
Nice.
A lot of the satellite auditioning venues we're trying to set up out of town.
Okay. Oh, good.
So
So it is
this
the
is in Belen.
state fair, so we want to
Correct.
bring in the state.
The
Okay.
state
Got
instead
it.
of
Albuquerque State Fair.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good way of saying it. Yeah, it's no longer the Albuquerque State Fair.
Okay.
It is now the New Mexico State Fair Karaoke Showcase season,
Nice.
as in the entire state. We're going
Right.
to talk more about that
Okay.
in a minute because, yeah, we're going to go through the entire list.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll stop talking. Sorry.
Oh,
This
you're
is getting
fine.
out of control over here.
You're fine.
Say, rein it in, Shelly. Rein
You're
it in.
fine, Shelly. Did somebody come up with a name for her yet?
No.
By
Oh,
the way.
thank God. I don't know if I want to hear, actually. Now I'm really nervous after my other name.
But Lyle says he'll be here on 420.
Oh, nice, Lyle. Yes, you will be here for Sarah's wedding, I'm sure. After I leave Belen, I will head
Okay.
to downtown Albuquerque.
What?
Yes, and I will be at Twist Nightclub with DJ Ash from Drastic Entertainment.
Okay.
And they do karaoke every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 1:30 a.m.
She's in the hospital right now.
Ash is in the hospital right now? That's not a
no.
good thing. I'm not happy to hear that. Well, hopefully Ash will be out of the hospital by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
well,
would be
hope
nice.
hope she's okay.
I hope she's okay. And then from there, I will head over to Zulo's, which is also downtown. You remember
Yes,
Zulo's?
I remember Zulo's. I've been there.
Uh,
Good pasta.
So Beini is the KJ there. They do it from Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 1:30 a.m.
Oz, this is insane.
It is totally insane. And they are a returning venue for the New Mexico State Fair.
Nice.
So
nice.
they
I like
will-
Zulo's. They were awesome.
They were cool. So they
Yeah.
will have their audition on Thursday, July 20th.
Okay.
So that'll be a cool one.
Yes.
And then on Friday, I will be headed over to JC's New York Pizza Department.
Nah, I like JC's Pizza. I
Is
did
it
not know they
awesome?
did karaoke, but they do have really delicious pizza and salads.
So what I'm going to tell you
Okay.
is they used to do karaoke in the back alley draft house.
Yeah, I
okay?
remember. Well, I remember seeing that. I didn't know they did karaoke there, but I've
Yeah,
seen that.
so what they did is when they remodeled, they kind of shut down back alley for a while, and then they completely got rid of the name.
Okay.
So now it is just JC's New York Pizza Department.
Nice.
They
That's
are bringing
great.
back, they brought back karaoke starting 2 Fridays ago
Okay.
with Beini, which is the same KJ that does Zulo's.
Oh, good. Okay.
They do this on Fridays from 7 to 11 p.m.
Okay.
This is the downtown venue that I was telling you about earlier that is family friendly.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
now anybody can go downtown from 7 to 11 and you can take your whole family.
That's
And
awesome.
I've got to tell you, they have some amazing pizza.
They really do. They
Yeah.
really do. I worked downtown for a while, and we loved staff meeting days when we would get pizza.
Right.
They did a great job. And I like that there are venues that you really can bring your kids to.
Yes.
That's something I think that's important, and kids miss out a lot on this thing. So
They do.
That's good.
Yeah. And so this really involves them. And I really believe that music is therapy and it really helps them grow
Yeah.
a lot.
And it exposes them to a lot of different styles of music. Because I know
Yeah.
when I first started coming last year to some of them, there were songs that I had never heard before, and I just had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I would do is there would be some I would listen to, and I'm like, that is so good. So then I would download it on my phone from iTunes, and now it's one of my favorite songs. I'd never heard it before. There's 3 of them like that I heard
Nice.
at the karaoke things.
And then I used to come out and I would sing, and you'd be like, I remember that song back
yeah.
in 1852.
No, we're talking 80s.
Right.
We're not that different in age. I
Right.
recognize those songs. I was
Yep.
a headbanger back in my middle school and high school days.
I could see that. I could
I had big hair. It was the 80s.
right?
So I did good big head banging.
That's the way we like it.
Yes.
So the other cool thing about New York Pizza Department,
Yeah. JC's.
they are sponsoring the minors audition this
What?
year.
I love
Yes.
that. That's awesome. Thank you, JC's Pizza.
So
That's
we are
awesome.
only going to have one audition for the minors this year.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this now because I am 99% sure we have locked down the venue.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the final approval, but everything looks like it's totally green lights. And
Nice.
it's going to be held at Haynes Park in Rio Rancho
Oh, that's a
at
great
the-
idea.
at the pavilion,
Yeah.
where they have
yeah.
that pavilion. And we're going to set that up. It's going to be an awesome stage for these minors to sing on.
I think that's going to be fun.
Right?
And you know what? And it's nice because there's enough room for families. You're not all
Right.
crowded in. If you've got younger siblings that need to burn off some energy, it's accessible. I think that's a really
Exactly.
great idea.
And you know, out in front of that pavilion is
Yeah.
that huge lawn area.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
it's the size of a football field
Yeah.
easily. And the vision that we have is that families can come.
Okay.
They can bring all their brothers and sisters and their aunts and their uncles and their moms and their dads and their
Yeah.
everything, and they can set up their canopy tent and their
Nice.
picnic chairs and their barbecue grills if they want
Right.
to. They can bring all their food, you know, and it's just the perfect venue for this.
I think it's better. That's better than like soccer mom stuff.
Correct.
But you can bring all that fun stuff. I
Correct.
think that sounds like a great day to spend
Bring
with
your
family.
frisbees, play frisbee, bring your
Yeah.
dogs. You
Ooh,
know, it's
I
just
love dogs.
it is just a totally open situation, and there is zero alcohol.
Nice.
And we're going to try and get a
I
food
like
truck
it.
there. That's what we're working on now. So we'll see
Okay.
about that, and possibly a whole fun jump city.
Right.
So it's going to be just an amazing.
Can I ask a
thing.
practical question? So my children are all grown and married, but I have two grandchildren who cannot sing yet because they're 1 and 7 months.
Okay.
So they're like kind of pre-verbal. But so there's this issue of bathrooms and little children and needing lots of bathrooms. So are there bathrooms there, or like what's the deal? I'm sorry, I really
Yes,
don't know.
there
Okay.
is. Yes.
I just want to make sure because I know, like, as a mom, if I'm packing up all of my kids, how much water am I allowing those kids to drink, depending on
Right.
the bathroom situation? So, okay, so moms, it's okay. There
It's
will be
okay.
bathrooms.
Yeah, it's fine, and they're good bathrooms. You know?
Oh, hallelujah! Because sometimes they're bad.
If you have not been to Haynes Park, I just got to tell you guys, Haynes Park is like the ultimate park.
Yeah.
It is ultimate. It has an aquatic center. It has tennis
Nice.
courts. It's got, I mean, it has everything in it.
I
Literally,
love it. I love
It is
it.
a great park.
I
So,
think it sounds fabulous. I cannot wait. I wish I had
Yes.
children that age. Maybe I'll just come hang out.
so
I
what?
won't be creepy. I promise. I can like be a stagehand or something.
So it's going to go from 5 to 9.
Okay.
24 minors can sign up. And when we say minors, that means anybody that is under the age of 21
Oh, wait.
at
so,
that time, because
okay.
they're not allowed to go into bars.
Yeah, the bars, exactly.
Right.
Okay, so under 21, they can compete with the 12-year-old, you know.
Yep.
Alrighty.
And I will say this, Mr. 20-year-old, and you think that you can whoop a 12-year-old on this music stage, you
No.
better think twice.
I'm
going
telling
to tell
you,
you right now, you better
I-
think twice.
I heard some of those kids when they did it at Kilchak last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was there, and man, some of those kids had pipes. I'm telling you, they were
Yes.
good.
They are serious about it, and
Yeah.
and that's what you got to understand is that the minors that get involved are very serious, and they
I-
practice like mad.
I agree. I think they're more serious than the adults a lot
Oh,
of
yes.
the time. They get there and they practice. They want this.
So in
sounds great.
2014, we had a minor jump in, and we didn't even know it.
Oh, they just sneaked on in there, huh?
Well, as we're setting this up, we're setting it up at bars, so we didn't even think about minors.
Sure.
So we had an audition at Applebee's in Santa Fe,
Okay.
and we called this one girl up, Raylina,
Okay.
and we're like, "Okay, Raylina, you're up next." And and this girl gets up and she's dressed in this cowgirl outfit with the hat and the boots,
Right.
and she takes that microphone and she is just all over the bar.
Wow.
Like-
nice.
Like, never looked at the words. She's just singing to people at the tables. And this lady literally came up to me and goes, "There is no way that was the karaoke version. There is no way that person was singing. There is no way."
Oh wow.
And I went to the
Wow.
KJ and I was like, "Manny, are you sure that was the karaoke version?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm positive. That was
Wow.
her singing this song."
That yeah.
Obviously, she qualifies, right?
Absolutely.
And then we're like-
Absolutely.
And then this other lady goes, "You know she's only 14.
What?
And we were like,
Ooh, did not know that.
no, we did not know this.
It's a good thing it was at the state fair that you were
Right?
doing the showcase, because then she might have,
Yeah. So it went
Get
just
out of there.
fine. So then in 2015, ironically enough, then we actually had a minors audition
Okay.
at Coronado Mobile Home Park.
Okay.
And we qualified 12 minors into the fair. I believe it was either 8 or 12, I can't remember. But we mixed them in with the adults.
Oh, okay.
And we asked the minors, do you have an issue with this? And they're like, no, but the adults had a problem with it.
Right, because the kids can out-sing them.
Because the kids can sing better than them. So then, but what was crazy was in 2015, this girl shows up from Mescalero, New Mexico.
Okay,
And this is when we used to qualify at the fair.
okay.
And so they used to qualify. So she qualified at the fair that night
Okay.
on one of the showcase nights.
Right.
Came back to the semifinals, went into the finals, became our champion. Her name is
What?
Kalia Kimberly.
Okay.
She was on The Voice.
Oh
and,
my goodness. See, this is so legit.
So it was like crazy
Voice.
that the minors did this
Yeah.
on The Voice. And so then in 2016 is when we finally separated the minors from the adults.
Thank God the adults had a chance. I mean, really,
Right.
Wow.
They were getting killed.
Yeah.
They were just getting killed.
Yeah.
You know,
Way to
and
go,
we felt that
kids.
we needed to be fair to the adults.
We got to give them a fighting chance.
Yes.
They're the
yes.
ones that actually pay the bills, right? So.
They really are, yes. So anyway, so the bottom line is, yes, the minors audition this year will be held at a public park, and it's going to be a fun time. And, whether you have people competing in it or not,
Yeah.
I am going to encourage you to mark that date on the calendar right now. It is Saturday, June the 8th at 5 o'clock from 5 to 9. Just be there because you will love it. And we will
gonna
be
be
mixing in
fun.
regular singers in between.
Okay.
So it's going to be the only 4-hour competition that we do.
Wow.
So there will be plenty of room for other people to sing
Right.
and have a good time and
Okay.
just have a lot of fun.
Nice.
So, and then as soon as we get everything locked down, registration will open.
Okay.
And we will start letting the schools know about this so that we can get it
sounds-
filled up quickly.
I'm excited.
I think
That's
it's
going to
gonna
be
fill
so
up really
fun.
fast, yeah.
That would be the one I would sing at. I could walk up and sing like a VeggieTale song, and
Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Perfectly.
I could do that.
That works.
Works.
So then after JC's New York Pizza Department, I will head over and see Drastic over at Fiestas. They do karaoke every Friday, Saturday from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then I will head over to Lucky 66 Bowl for my makeup night with KJ Puddles. They do karaoke every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 to 1.
Keeps Puddles busy.
Yes, Puddles is very busy. And they start the karaoke season.
Oh, okay.
So they start on April the 19th. And
Okay.
so they do a preliminary on the 19th, the 26th, May 3rd, May 10th, and May 17th.
Wow.
Up to 12 people can sign up, and they will pre-qualify 4 each night
Oh, wow.
to come back on May 31st, which will be the first auditioning night that we send the first 10 to the New Mexico State Fair.
Wow. Okay.
So
Busy.
people that are
Hoppin'.
listening, you guys want to start at Lucky 66, and here's the reason why. There's a couple reasons. One, last year's winners, first place and second place winners, came from Lucky 66.
Really?
Second thing about it, it is the only venue that qualifies 10 out of 20. The other ones qualify
Oh.
8 out of 20 or 2 out of 12.
Okay.
So you want to go to Lucky 66.
So Lucky 66 has like the special sauce, is what we're saying.
Correct.
So
It is
that
the
is your
starting of
starting
it all.
point.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
And there's one other thing. Everybody always wants the first 3 nights of the fair, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes, absolutely. Those
There.
would be the nights I would want.
Right. And there are 36 spots available. So you figure 10 of them go that very first night.
Okay.
And then the next, usually by the third venue, those 3 nights are full. So
yes.
everybody after that is picking Monday and Tuesday, and they're like,
Right.
"Ugh." So
Right.
I would say, don't wait. Go to
Okay.
Lucky 66, get qualified,
Okay.
get in. And if you don't make it at Lucky 66, you have more opportunities to still make it.
Oh, so okay, so that's the deal. So if you don't make it at that first time, you get to try again.
Correct. You can
Nice,
keep
because
trying. Yes,
somebody
until
can
you
have
get
an
it.
off night.
That's right.
So I get it. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. I just kind of thought if you sang and you didn't get it, well,
Yeah.
sorry.
Like you
Too
may,
bad. Try
you
next
know,
year.
You may have sinus issues one night.
It can happen.
it
can
might happen. Like, I'm still battling these things. So, so then next Tuesday,
Alrighty.
I will be at the Downs with Seth from Camo. They do karaoke every Tuesday and Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Okay.
And then I will run over to Sidewinders and see Drastic because they do karaoke every Tuesday from 9 to 1:30.
All right, and that's not too far. The Downs and Sidewinders they're just
5
a couple
minutes away.
blocks, from each other. So.
Right around the corner, exactly.
Right, right.
So, Shelly,
Yeah.
I like to show people something on the website
Okay.
on my show. So,
I want to see something on the website so I can get it because guess what? Your website has lots of pieces to it. So
It
this
does.
is like education.
right, this is the tutorial.
Okay.
And currently, the website is up behind us. Do you see it?
Ta-da!
Like that.
If I had turned around,
Correct.
if I had
But you're
only
over
known.
here looking at the lights.
I know because
Don't look at the lights.
I'm sorry. I'm still learning. This is my first time on the show.
Don't
I
go
don't
to the
even have a
lights.
cool name yet.
I know. Have you guys got a name for her yet? Come on.
Shucks, it's all right. I'm not going to be hurt if it doesn't happen.
Okay, it's
It'll
not going to be
okay.
P. Shelley.
No.
So we're going to talk about dance places. Okay.
Oh,
So if you come
Get
over
your groove
here
on.
to, let's see, Dance Tonight, ironically enough.
Yeah.
We sat around all night trying to name this page.
the dance. So you couldn't think of dance tonight. You were like dance page or
Boogie Woogie.
cha-cha.
Boogie Woogie page.
Okay, I don't.
So we
I'm
finally
glad you
settled
went
on
with dance tonight.
Right.
That's pretty self-explanatory. I get it. That makes
So-
sense.
So if you want to dance, you click on Dance Tonight. It will
Okay.
take you to this page. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Now, on this beautiful little page,
Yeah.
you will see that Effing Bar and Grill is a sponsor on this page.
All right, go
See that?
effing bar. Yeah.
Right? And what they will do is right there, they can tell you everything you need to know about it. You can click on their website
Nice.
and go to that. Now, down here at the very, very bottom of the page,
Okay.
we were nice enough to go ahead and list other places that you can go dance at.
Oh, you're so nice, Oz.
Right.
God bless you. What a nice guy.
But we did not list their addresses.
Oh. Oops. Is that
So-
on purpose?
Well, I guess you would have to take the trouble to Google their addresses.
Okay, so this is modern age. You can Google.
Yes.
We all survive by Google
Correct.
these days.
Right.
So
But-
okay, so
but-
your addresses.
But if these venues wanted to, for $5 a month, they could be just like Effing Bar.
Wait, only $5 a month?
Yeah, they could be just like Effing Bar, and they could have all that information up there.
So you're telling me effing bar pays $5 a month to do that?
Correct. Yes.
I could do that, except for I don't have a bar.
Right.
But I could afford $5 a month. Like
Right.
I can.
Like you could put on there, homeless youth, come here.
Sure, dance tonight.
Come dance at the Harbor House. Fridays and Saturday nights.
That could totally change our clientele.
This is
I don't
totally
know.
cool.
I need to think about this, but I know that I could budget that. Is what I'm saying. Is that I could afford $5 a night, and I'm a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
I could afford $5 a month. I mean, not a night.
Now, the other page that I'm going to show the folks today
Got it.
is we're going to talk about family time because it's becoming springtime.
Night.
It's
Yeah.
becoming
it is.
summertime.
It is.
When we were raising our 5 kids, we did a lot of park hopping. We would go to church on Sunday, and then
Absolutely.
afterwards it was a park hopping day, or we would go to Cliffs, or we would go to this. But sometimes we just didn't have money.
Well, you can't go to Cliffs every time because that's really, really expensive
gotta
when
be
you've got
really-
5 kids.
Yes. So we would do other things, and so we've got this button here called Under 18 and Family.
Oh.
Again,
Okay.
we sat up all night trying to figure this one out.
God bless you, Oz. That and going to multiple venues a night.
Right.
God bless you.
So if you click on that button, it will
Okay.
take you over to this beautiful little page here.
Okay.
And on this page, we have listed all kinds of cool stuff you can go do with your family.
I love that because people kind of get in ruts, and
Yes.
sometimes you're like, I don't know what to do with the kids, but they're driving me crazy. And who knew you could go on your website and you would have a list of really great things to
All
do as a
kinds of
family.
cool things.
Nice.
So what we're going to talk about is
Do they all
hiking.
pay $5 a month?
These people do not pay at the moment.
Okay.
Right now, this is an open page, but eventually it will be switching
All
over
right.
to an enhanced listing.
Okay,
page.
so that would be great for them to know.
So hiking in the Sandias is the one that I'm going to focus on
Ooh, I love that.
because there's a lot to do in the Sandias that a lot of people don't know about.
Right?
You can click on their website button right here,
Okay.
and it will take you. You can see all the trails
Oh,
in the Sandias. You see them?
Nice. I do. You know what this is good for also because, I mentioned earlier that I love dogs. I mentioned that.
Yes.
You can take and walk your dogs here. So
Correct.
even if you don't have any kidlets, you could be out there hiking with your dogs and enjoying your time.
Right.
I love
And this
it.
thing's really cool because it actually shows the difficulty of the trail.
Right.
It shows the elevation change, how many
Okay.
miles it is. And then if you go down, it actually gives you all the specifics about the hike.
Nice. Okay. That's great.
So feel free to go to Call Me Oz, under 18 family, hiking in the Sandias.
Who knew that was such a great resource for families? Way to go, Oz. Family friendly.
You're welcome.
He's so amazing.
P. Shelly, what can I
No,
say?
don't say that anymore now that I know what it means. I don't know.
So let's talk about this.
Okay.
Red Velvet Underground. Okay. Yeah, we know they do karaoke on Fridays, right? We all know that, right? Have I been saying this for the last 3 or 4? Right, we know this. So we're going to talk about something else at Red Velvet.
Okay. Is it cake? Because I love red velvet cake.
No, but they do red velvet cake.
Nice. This is good to know because
is
I do
good.
love red velvet
It's
cake.
delicious. So,
Okay.
starting next Thursday and every single Thursday,
Okay.
there will be a new event going on. Starts at 7 p.m.
All right.
I would suggest getting there at 6 p.m. to make sure you get a good seat.
Okay.
Okay? Because there
It's
is
an
no
event.
cover charge.
No
It
cover
is
charge.
free. It is
Nice.
family friendly.
What?
Yes. So between 7 and 9, it is a stand-up comedy magic show.
Oh.
So we have a professional stand-up comedian
Okay.
with a professional stand-up magician.
See, and then you get the kids to bed on time still.
Correct.
That's awesome.
So this is from 7 to 9. We start on March 14th.
Okay.
Buck D is going to be our opening comedian.
Okay.
And Raul Lorenzani is going to be our opening magician.
I am impressed you could just roll that off so well.
Right?
Raul.
Oh, I worked very hard at
Yeah,
Raul's
good
name.
job.
Yes.
That's
Just don't ask me to spell it. Okay.
No.
Right after the magician show,
Okay.
comedy magic show,
Yeah.
we have an acoustic guitarist that takes over until 11 o'clock when they close.
Nice.
So you don't have this head banging music going
No.
on. You're just chilling and having a good time with your family, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So that goes till 9 o'clock. Our opening musician is the 2017 New Mexico Country Songwriter of the Year,
Cool. That's great.
and they call him Country Joe.
Right? I heard you talk about Country
Yes,
Joe earlier.
he is the
Yeah.
KJ at Sidelines on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
So once a month, he'll be at Red Velvet. So what happens is on March 21st, we
Right.
will have a different comedian, a different magician, a different musician. And then on the 28th, same thing, different. And then on
Nice.
April 4th, it's a different set.
Wow.
And then on April 11th, Buck D comes
Okay.
back with Raul and comes back with Joe.
That's
So
a great schedule.
yeah, so it's
I
going
love
to
it.
rotate every 4 weeks, and we're going to
Okay.
run this for 6 months, and then we'll see what happens after that.
I think that's great. I love
Right?
it.
I think it's cool.
And especially as you're looking at this in the summer and the kids stay up later, you can then put them to sleep with the acoustic guitar afterwards.
Yeah,
so they get to
right?
do all the stuff, get a little sleepy, car ride home, pick them up, carry them into bed.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Exactly.
I would
And,
do that if I had a parent of young children.
and they have the Ozinator pizza there.
Oh.
It's a carne asada pizza.
Okay, I was like, is it named after Oz?
Yeah, it is, actually. We'll name one after you, too, as soon as we figure out your name.
No,
So-
I'm really nervous.
Now, on March 23rd, we're going to have what's called the Spring Ball. This is going to happen at the University Village Ballroom, Social Room, and Meeting Room.
Okay.
This is a business-to-business networking event.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Do you wear formal wear? Because it is a ball. So I just want to know, do I pull out my prom dress from the 80s?
Sure. Sure. And your hairdo while you're at it. Yes. We will also have entertainment from Raul
Okay.
and Jackie as the guitarist
Okay.
and Kamikaze Karaoke running the music until 10, and then from 10 to 11 we'll do karaoke. The $50 ticket that you buy to get in is a raffle ticket to win door prizes,
All right.
and it covers the first drink, and
Okay.
it covers the appetizers,
Ooh.
and the whole night of entertainment. And they will be doing
That's a great
radio
deal.
spots in one of the meeting rooms.
Nice. I like
Yes.
that. That's a great B2B concept.
Yes,
That's a
it will
really,
be awesome.
innovative one.
So it's on Facebook events.
Okay.
So you can always find it there.
Right.
Then we talked about ribs in Los Lunas. And Camino Real Winery and Tap Room down in Los Lunas on Saturdays, they have this big competition going on.
Okay.
Every Saturday, you can go in at 7 o'clock. They start the competition about 8 o'clock, and they qualify 2 singers every Saturday.
Okay.
And all of those people will come back on May 11th for the semifinals.
All right.
And then on May 18th, they will do the finals.
Okay.
First place winner wins $800 cash.
What?
Go sing.
Okay, I'll work
Go
on
sing
it.
Veggie Tales. So, $800.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
That is a
$800 makes a
lot
big
of
difference in my life right now.
Right? It would make a big difference in my
Yeah.
life.
$800. What?
Second place wins $400.
I'll take that.
Third place wins $200.
Oz, these are all amazing cash prizes. Like, I had no idea that you could actually earn money
Singing.
singing.
Fourth place wins $100.
I would do that.
So 4 out of 12
Right.
are going to win money. What are the odds of that? That's crazy.
Those are great odds.
Right?
Those are great odds.
And Camino Real also does karaoke on Wednesdays from
Okay.
7 to 11. So you can go practice on Wednesdays
good idea.
and then try out on Saturday.
That's a great idea. So that
Yeah.
way you're familiar with the venue.
Right.
Yeah, the acoustics.
And Camino Real Winery and Tap Room
Yes.
is also a returning venue in the New Mexico State Fair this year.
Thank you, Camino.
Yes, you guys are epic. So you guys will be Saturday, June 15th. Will be their auditioning day.
Nice. That'll be good.
And speaking of, Billiard Palace is also a returning venue.
Okay.
Theirs is June 28th. We have a new venue on the docket this year.
Okay.
This is the Golden Cantina at the Cities of Gold Casino up in Pewaukee.
wow. Nice.
Right?
You really are pulling in the state. Way to go,
So
Oz.
that will be July 13th.
Okay.
And then I told you about Effing Bar. And then Fiestas is Thursday, July 25th.
Okay.
And then Mariscos Altamar in Los Lunas is Thursday, August 1st.
Okay.
And Leo's Nightclub is Wednesday, August 7th. And then, of course, the last venue will be Kilchak.
Nice.
The satellite venues that we have going on, so these are venues that could not be a primary venue because they weren't in it last year.
Right.
Or other reasons.
Sure.
Or they are out of the Albuquerque area.
Okay.
So these ones here will qualify 2 out of 12
Okay.
through the preliminaries. So Red Velvet Underground has their preliminaries on June 14th, 21st, and 28th, and then their auditioning night is July 12th.
Okay.
And then the Skillet in Las Vegas
Ooh, I
will
like the
be,
name.
right?
Skillet.
The Skillet is June 13th, 20th, and 27th, and then they will qualify on July 11th.
Okay.
The Alley Cantina up in Taos will be on May 29th, June 5th, June 12th, and then qualify on June 26th. Hub City Brewing Company in Belen will be May 30th, June 6th, June 12th, and then qualify on June 27th.
So many things. Check the website out because
Right.
I can't even take notes that fast.
And then Our Lady of Belen will be returning. The only thing we don't know about them yet is if they will be tied in with the Valencia County Fair, which I'm hoping.
Oh, ooh, that would be
awesome.
really cool.
If
That would
not,
be
they will
really
do it
great.
at the Sheriff's Posse like they did last year.
Okay.
So we're waiting on that. By next Wednesday, we should actually have the answer on that one.
So make sure to tune in next week.
Correct. Yes. In fact, just tune in to Call Me Oz Live every Wednesday. You should just set your alarm,
Absolutely.
right?
He's so entertaining. Why would you not?
Right? And I always have awesome people like Shelly on the show, too, you know. So, yeah. So that's... By the way, how did we meet?
Okay, so this is weird.
This is really weird. You guys, get ready for this really weird story.
We met at church
Hundreds of years ago.
hundreds of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
My very first, so I was a children's pastor.
Correct.
And my very first children's pastor job at a little church in Albuquerque, I had 25 or 30 kids in there, and I had these 2 kids that had the last name Bear with an E, and I just thought that was such an unusual name. I thought that was
Right.
just really, really cool. And lo and behold, here is the daddy to come pick up. Those are your 2 oldest, right?
Yes.
So
Bailey and
Bailey and Corey.
Bailey and Corey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how we met, was literally at church when you
Yep.
would come pick up your kids from my kids' church.
And now Bailey is 30 and Corey is 29. Did I just reveal our ages?
A little bit.
We were so young back then.
Stop!
So young.
Let's just talk about their kids.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
My grandkids.
Yes, yes.
So anyway, yes. So she was the youth pastor at the time.
Yeah.
And so it was just so ironic how everything came together because for those of you who know me, of course, child abuse is probably the number one no on my list.
Yeah,
And,
it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. So
Destroys lives.
yeah, so the year before, let's see, in 2016, we partnered with Yellow Ribbon, which was suicide prevention,
Yes.
particularly focusing on teens, because most people probably don't know how many 12-year-olds actually commit suicide a day.
It's
insane.
It is. It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking because you know that these aren't kids that really have had tragic lives,
No.
but they make a decision and they can't come back from it.
Correct. Yes. So we partnered with them. Well, then when we came back in 2018, I wanted to focus on a child abuse agency.
Right.
And part of the issue I was running into is I didn't want any government agencies because I don't want to deal with all their red tape.
Right.
So I was looking for
They get
private,
sticky about that.
and I came across this New Mexico Dream Center thing. And it was so crazy because I was trying to reach out to you and send emails and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm not getting a response. Well, whatever. So I was ready to blow it off.
Right.
Completely.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Gaynor, one day on Facebook, sends me a message and she goes, you need to talk to this lady about what she does because she's doing exactly what you're looking for.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, okay, give me her name and phone number.
Right.
And she sends your name, Shelly Repp.
There's not that many of us out there.
And it's like, and the phone number, and I'm just like, what? And I had remembered on the website seeing your name.
Yeah. Okay.
So I knew, I started putting the connections together, and I was going, how crazy is this?
Right.
My children's ex-youth pastor, and I'm trying to get in touch with this person, and she is the director of this, and now Gaynor, who ran the Land of Entrapment, Entrapment. Thanks, McLean. Enchantment talk show.
Yes.
That you were on there.
Yeah.
And so she sent me all the information to get a hold of Shelly, and I'm just like, this is crazy.
Right.
This is meant to be.
Right. It is.
And so, of course, then we hooked up and we met.
We met. We did not hook up.
Right, we did not hook up. We met.
We met at an office in a professional manner.
Yes, very
he
professional,
came.
with a glass window. So everybody could see.
But we met there,
We
and
met
I'm like, Billy! And he's like, Shelly!
This is crazy. This is crazy. So it was just this most ironic thing in the world. So anyway, everything went very well. You told us what you were doing.
Right.
We told you what we were doing.
Yes.
We were almost, if you think about it in some weird way, almost on two separate aisles of the world. Here we are talking about what's going on in these bars, and you're over here talking about these
Homeless youth.
And we're trying to save them.
Yes.
So
they're worth saving.
But it did work out. What exactly is the New Mexico Dream Center? I can explain it, but I think you could do a better
Sure.
job.
So the New Mexico Dream Center is actually a resource for human trafficking victims and homeless youth. And so we have 3 programs, 2 that address adults that have been sex trafficked, and then our program that addresses homeless youth.
Okay.
Now, the reason that that's so important to us is because we have seen through our adult clients, many of them who were actually trafficked as runaways, so they ran away from home, or throwaways. They were kicked out of their home. And they were vulnerable on the streets, and so they were ripe for a trafficker to come by and pick them up. And so I wasn't okay with that because we need to stop this. We need to be able to provide services, and Albuquerque just simply does not have enough services. And so we decided we need to do something about it. And in fact, do we have time? Because I have like a video, and I just want to do a little bit of a trigger warning because it's an intense video. But what this is it shows how a throwaway kid ends up in a trafficking situation.
Right.
So
let's check out that video. We call it Anna's story.
right.
And it again, she warned you before you watch this. It is very shocking. So let's go to that video right now and let's let these folks see exactly what it is.
Yes.
Okay.
My story didn't start here.
Stop! Get out of my house! You don't understand why this is happening!
Maybe it started when my mom kicked me out of the house.
Never come back, do you hear me? Get out!
Stop. What my mom didn't know is that my uncle raped me when I was 6. I never told her. I felt dirty and gross inside. So I took booze from my liquor cabinet. I bought drugs from friends at school. I didn't feel better. I felt numb. I had nowhere to go, no one to turn to. That's when he showed up. He said he could help me. He said he could get me some food and clothes. A bed to sleep on. I guess
I want you to leave and I want you to never come back!
I thought I deserved this. My story didn't start here.
So, like I said, that is a
Intense.
very intense video. So, if you
Right.
guys didn't get to watch the video in the entirety, just go to their Facebook page. Is it
Yes.
NM Dream Center or New Mexico Dream
New
Center?
Mexico Dream Center on Facebook.
So, go to Facebook, New Mexico Dream Center. You will see the video, and that is also your fundraising campaign at the moment.
Right. We're using that right now. So what we're really trying to do is we are working on trying to reach 1,000 people who can give a one-time $100 donation.
Okay.
And the purpose of that is we've got some big plans for this year. You know, there are so few services for kids who have been trafficked within the state of New Mexico.
Right.
In fact, there's kind of zero services except what we're doing at our drop-in center.
Right.
And so we really want to start a safe house. And so we would really like to get $100,000 to get us down that road on being able to have a safe house for these kids who've been trafficked in our state.
Very nice. So, if you can donate a one-time only $100 gift,
Yeah, $100
just
gift.
go over there and do it.
Yeah.
Because, so you're talking about the safe house now. Right now, you can see behind us the about us, and we're showing the picture of the harbor.
Right, that's the harbor.
So what is the harbor? Talk about the harbor.
Okay, so the harbor is Albuquerque's very first homeless youth drop-in center. And so what that means is it is open on evenings and weekends for teenagers, for adolescents who are homeless to come and start accessing services. So every single night that we're open, they get a hot meal, they can take showers, they can do their laundry, they can start connecting with services so that they don't have to remain homeless. But they do it in their own time, in their own way. There's not a bunch of pressure around that, which allows them to make the decision, and so it allows them to really be the author of their life where they have felt like they haven't been able to be. So the harbor is awesome. We have an excellent time there, and we've got some amazing kids. So I'm going to tell them about, like even this youth karaoke thing, because we've got some kids with pipes there. I mean, it is amazing.
Very nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's get them all involved, because the more they become involved in the community, the quicker they're going to get out of this.
Absolutely.
And I have personally been to the harbor. I have seen this place, and it is amazing. Yay. You go in there, and there's a check-in center. There's like a living room that they can hang out in, watch TV, do stuff.
Right.
There's food. There's the showers, which are super nice. One thing you could use is toiletries, right?
We always need toiletries. You want to feel good about yourself, so that's a big thing. So yeah, we can always use hygiene items.
And then there's also a donate button on the top of their website that you can always donate.
Right, exactly. You can go there, and it will go through some different donation options that you can choose.
So also in the harbor, as you go through, did you get the computer room all set up?
Yeah, so the computer lab is set up, and we've just been doing Saturdays where kids can start coming and accessing services, and then once they go through kind of our initial training on the computer, because they need to know how to log in and some of those things, then anytime they come, they can use that computer. And we really want that to be useful for online learning, to be able to get your GED, to job search, those kinds of things.
Very cool. And then upstairs, you have like you have a clothing store in there.
Yeah.
Like a store, they can just walk in and they can get clothes.
Right.
And then there's even a shoe store. I just call this like the clothing store and the shoe store.
We don't actually sell it though. They actually get it for free.
Right, it's free. So they can come in and they can pick out shoes.
Right.
And they have shoes. And there's just, like I said, this is really an agency that I have found that is worth working with, partnering with, and helping them grow.
Thank you.
There is no question about it. And if you ever want to see the harbor, they can come check it out.
They can check it out. In fact, even on our website, we have a take a tour at the harbor little spot. And so you can go and you can schedule to take that tour. And we go through and we kind of talk about all the different programs we have. And it's pretty awesome.
Nice.
So
yeah, definitely.
there it is. Tour the harbor.
Tour the harbor right there. So.
I was pointing at the light randomly for some reason. I don't know why.
Don't look at the light, Shelly. I'm telling you, it's dangerous.
I know.
Yeah, it's like a bug life. You know?
I don't want to get zapped.
So what made you do this?
So, back from even when I was working with your kids, they were little bitties back in the day. My whole life I've worked with families that have been in crisis at some level or another. And as I was kind of starting to get too old to work in children's ministry, I couldn't get down on the floor as easily anymore. I really felt like that God was doing a new thing in me, that there was a new thing that was coming. And then all of a sudden I had 3 random events that opened up my eyes to trafficking. I had no idea that it was happening in the United States, much less in our little city of Albuquerque. Mm-hmm. And I had a trafficking victim who was from Rwanda. I had a trafficking victim from out of a strip club here in Albuquerque, and I had a trafficking victim who had given birth to twins, all come into my life within this short amount of time. And so I was looking for resources for them because I'm like, what do we do? I don't know even how to point them anywhere, and realized that there were no resources. And I said, this cannot be. We have got to take care of the people in our community. And so that was just really my foray into the anti-trafficking movement, and then we've just been growing ever since. So we started with adults, but what we find out, and that video that we showed earlier talked about it, is that most people who end up being trafficked actually start as a teenager. So even if they're not homeless, they are vulnerable in those teen years. And traffickers know that, and traffickers prey upon that. So we've got to start doing some, kind of upstream thinking, and not just be at the bottom and going, we're going to catch all of the trafficking victims, but what can we do to prevent that from happening? And that's really a big part of the Harbor, is that prevention piece.
And until I met you and started going through all this with you,
Yeah.
I did not know that there were 5,000 homeless youth in Albuquerque.
That's
Is
crazy.
that insane?
It is crazy when you think about it. And the thing that's so sad about that number is just the representation of the families that are destroyed because,
Right.
you do not end up as a homeless kid because you've got this family that's doing all these things. It is a family that is in crisis. It's a family that is, just being torn apart at the seams to end up in that. And not only that, so the thing is, like, that number is staggering. We've heard the Santa Fe number is like 1,500 homeless kids in Santa Fe.
That's insane.
So, and Santa Fe is so much
Santa Fe?
smaller than Albuquerque. But when you look at that, we don't have enough services to be able to take care of them. We've got 2 youth shelters in Albuquerque. So we're talking like less than 100 beds to be able to try to help these homeless kids. So even if they're able to understand that there's a youth service out there, they're so not likely to be able to actually get a bed. And so that's why the drop-in center is so important, because we don't have those kind of limits. They can come in, they can check in, get services, and then we help them find those places that they can get those next step pieces for help.
And if I'm not mistaken, the biggest problem that we have with the homeless youth, something that people may not understand, a lot of times when they see runaway kids or homeless youth, they're thinking, oh, these are bad kids, they're all wrapped up in drugs, they're this, they're that, and so that's why they're not at home. But really, that's not the case, right? Aren't most of them because they're actually running away from their house because their house is so bad?
Yes, exactly.
Like their parents are on drugs?
So here's what we've seen, because it's been eye-opening for us as well, is that, so the kids that run away because they're mad at their mom or dad, they've run away because they got in trouble or they didn't agree with the punishment or whatever, life is so unbearable. Those kids do not last on the streets. They learn their lesson pretty quickly that the grass is not greener on the other side of the house. It is brown and it's full of needles. And so they end up going back home quickly. We have, in fact, we have had 8 different kids that have shown up at our center that came to Albuquerque running away thinking that they were going to have this better life, did not, and we ended up getting bus tickets for them and sending them right back home. And so the kids that actually come from somewhat of a stable family may run away, but they don't stay runaways. So when you're talking those kids that are out there on the street, those kids are running away because it is better and easier and safer for them to be on the street than it is in their home, or they don't have a home. We have kids that come to our center that literally have been homeless since they were 12. And they were homeless because they were living with a parent who lost their housing and their parent became homeless. So they lived in a car, and then it devolved into living in the park, and parents got on drugs. And so they ended up caring for themselves from the time they were very, very young. We've had kids who've come through that were homeless. They ran away because parents were addicted and there was no food in the house. And so literally they were running away to go to the grocery store to shoplift groceries to feed themselves and feed their younger siblings. Like, those are true stories from kids that we've worked with at the Harbor. And that is
crazy.
sad, and it's crazy. There's a girl that comes that was homeless at 12 years old. She only ever finished 5th grade. She started 6th grade, but she only ever finished because once she became homeless with her mom, there was no going to school, because if there had been, then she would have been turned into CYFD and social services, and mom wasn't going to do that. And so we've got this girl that has grown up.
Which lies a whole nother problem in the homeless youth world that people don't understand. So say you're 16 and you're homeless.
Yeah.
you cannot go to a place like Joy Junction or whatever because the first thing they have to call the parent, right?
Exactly.
So if they're running away from a bad situation at home, why would you go to a place where they're going to call your parent and send you back to that place?
Exactly.
What a mess.
Well, and not only that is that, sometimes they get kicked out. So there are, which is what we used in our video, is that you have kids that are causing trouble or whatever, and they get kicked out. So these parents are showing this tough love when they don't realize what they're doing is they're setting their kid up to be approached and taken by a trafficker. Right. So not only like with Joy Junction or with any of the other like adult homeless shelters, so the 2 youth shelters, for that homeless kid, for that kid to be able to access services and stay at that shelter, their parent has to check them in.
That's crazy.
And that's across the board. That's not just a CYFD law here in New Mexico. That is across the United States. That's federal. And so they cannot get into the shelter because they don't have a parent. Like if we think about the little girl who lost her housing at 12 years old or with her mom, she doesn't even know where her mom is, where her mom could check her into something like that. So then they're going to try to interact with CYFD, and CYFD doesn't have the resources.
And then there's another issue too, that so they also cannot apply for any social programs. So they can't get food stamps, they can't get cash assistance, they can't get anything. So it's almost like they're being set up to be trafficked.
Exactly. Because when you are hungry, when you don't know where you're going to stay for that night, when you're scared, then somebody who offers something to you, you're going to take it.
Right.
And that's what happens. Do I have time to tell like a super quick story about one of our clients? So she came to us as an adult client. She was just barely 18. So I mean, she was an adult because she's 18. Not that she was an adult, but she had been kicked out by her mom. So our video is kind of loosely based on her story. She was kicked out when she was 16 by her mom. So she was kicked out. She had a backpack and she had $23 in her wallet, and she had like her school ID and her driver's license in there, and she had a cell phone. So she leaves and she's trying to figure out what to do. She ends up actually going to a youth shelter because she looked on her phone. She was a smart girl, looked on her phone, found a youth shelter, was kind of allowed to hang out during the day, could not stay there because her mom would have to check her in. So she tried calling her mother to get into this youth shelter, and her mom said, "I told you, you have to figure it out on yourself," and hung up on her. So she couldn't stay. So she left that youth shelter. She walked over and she ended up on the corner of Wyoming and Central in Albuquerque. And so she was standing there and she didn't know what she was going to do, and she couldn't find anybody who would let her spend the night at their house. And so then this guy drives up. And so he drives up in front of her. He jumps out of the car. He runs over to her and he says, you look bored. You want to come party? And so what else is she going to do? Maybe she'll see someone there that she knows. Maybe she'll be able to spend the night there. Maybe they'll have food there. So she goes, okay. So he was such a gentleman. So he opens the door for her. She slides in, sits down on the seat, and he closes the door, and then he runs around to his side. Well, when she reached over to get her seatbelt and plug her seatbelt in, she looked at the inside panel of the door, and it had been tampered with. There was no handle for her to get out of that car.
Oh my
and the guy slides in, he sits down, and he slaps a gun on his lap. So she sees the gun, and she knows that she's taken. So he takes her to a local motel, and he says, you need to go take a shower. And so she does. She goes and takes a shower. He unpacks her backpack. He lays all of the pieces that he finds in there. And when she comes out, he says, so this is your name, and it looks like you have a mom and a sister, and this is where they live, and you have $23, and this and this and this. And if you don't do exactly what I tell you to do, I am going to go and find your sister. And so she's terrified for her sister, who's younger than her. So he rapes her that night, and he sells her twice. That's how fast it can happen. And that's why it's so important that we provide services for these homeless kids, because we do not want them to be prey for the traffickers that are out there on our streets.
That is insane.
It's crazy. It's heartbreaking.
Crazy. And it's happening every day, hundreds of times a day.
It's Albuquerque, or the state of New Mexico, has really loose legislation addressing trafficking. It is more serious to get caught trafficking drugs than it is trafficking people.
That's crazy.
And so your penalty is more severe if you are trafficking drugs than when you're trafficking a person. And so we've seen gangs increasing trafficking because it's more profitable. It's easier if that person leaves or dies or something. You just get another one.
Right.
Tons of kids out on the street. We got
There's plenty
5,000
of them.
kids for you.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Plenty
So-
of market. Plenty of the market.
Hurts my heart.
It's just great. No wonder you got into this. I'm
Right?
glad you did.
Me too.
Yes. So this is the goal, folks, is to really bring awareness to this.
Right.
Most people don't know this is going on.
Right.
And
right.
so this is to bring awareness, and that's why we've partnered now. The representatives are not going to be with us at every auditioning venue, but we are going to be talking about it, and we are going to have drop-off boxes there
Right.
so that people can, drop off toiletries and clothes and
Sure.
and stuff like that.
And we're
to
going to have
stock
some
the harbor
material.
room.
We'll
Yeah,
have some
and we
material
will
so
have
that
material.
way they can,
Right.
understand what's happening.
And you always need volunteers.
We are like 99% volunteer run. Like
Yeah.
we are a shoestring operation when it comes to that. And I think that that's good though.
So if you can't afford to help financially,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can help voluntarily.
Time-wise.
Or something else, or maybe you have a service that you can help for them.
Right. Or maybe you're really wealthy and you can write a check for $100,000
Yes.
and then my fundraiser is over.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Or
Who's
you
out
could be
there?
really cool and you could go on Facebook and you could donate $100 100 times.
Ooh, that would be so fun.
Right?
I think that would be fun. Your credit card company might have an issue with that. You might have to jump through a few hoops with
They
that.
may say, why do you get us repitted? Yeah, I know, I get that.
Yeah.
Yes. You got anything else to tell the folks out there?
Wow, I know, but I had a great time today. Thanks for letting me come on your show, and
Oh,
I
I'm so
love being
glad.
able to share about what we're doing, and it's so weird that we've known each other for so long. Who
It's
knew?
just crazy.
Who knew? We're both grandparents.
We're both great.
How many grandkids do you have?
So I have 5. Well, I have 5 biological and 1 that we consider are adopted. So I've got 6 granddaughters.
Wow.
Yes.
I only have 2 grandsons, so you're a little bit ahead of me in the game, but that's all right. I'll catch up. I have
You'll
a lot of
catch up.
confidence in my kids to
Yes.
procreate.
You will probably have all boys.
It could be because I had all girls. I only had girls, never had
Wow.
boys.
Yeah.
And so right now, 2 little grandsons. They're so fun. They're crazy, but it's
Do you
good
know
crazy.
who Little Wayne is?
No, is he like a? So he's not. Well, obviously you have all granddaughters. So is he like a rapper? Who's little? It sounds like a rapper thing, but I
Is
don't
he a
know.
rapper?
I don't know who Lil Wayne is.
I've just heard the name. Do you know why he went to the doctor?
I don't. For like a medical procedure? I don't know. Why else do you go to the
No,
doctor?
He was feeling a little wheezy.
Oh, jeez. I can't believe you just told that to your audience. Revealing right there. Oh my gosh.
That
No
was
more
one of my-
jokes. You need a different ending, man.
Well, I do have a look. This time, y'all should be really proud of me because I didn't forget. Okay,
Okay.
I'm thanking our sponsors of the Call Me Oz live show.
sponsors.
Okay,
Thank you.
Double L Media
Yes.
produces this production.
Thank you, Double L Media. This
Is
is
it
a
epic?
this is a cool little studio.
Yes, and if you want to do a live show like this, I'm sure we could figure something out for you.
I think that
Yeah.
they would do something, and they're pretty chill.
Yeah, they're
They
pretty
totally let us run over on our time, and they're not are they charging extra for that?
cool. No,
Oh, nice. Thank you, Double L Media.
no, no.
Okay.
And then Twisted Arbor. You saw the commercials for that.
What is that again? I
so-
saw the commercials, but I wasn't really sure if it was like
They're like
a
the
horror story.
No, they're like the. That could be a horror story.
Right. Twisted Arbor.
So
A beer?
Patty,
Okay.
twists wire trees.
What?
Yeah, they're really
That
cool.
is really. I've seen those before. That is.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Okay.
They are amazing.
I take back Twisted Arbor. I'm really sorry I said horror story. I just kind of saw a little bit of it out of the corner of my eye, and I thought, ooh, is this a novel? Is this? But that's really cool. Like Twisted. I get it.
Twisted Arbor.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
And then there's Drastic Entertainment,
Okay.
who is just awesome.
They're very drastic. Like
They're
it's like
very-
drastic.
Like Sarah is drastic. That's
Right.
why we call her drastic. We started calling her drastic like I don't know, Larry, when the heck was Graham Central Days?
Oh my gosh!
Like 8 years ago?
No, well, do you remember the Graham Central in the 80s? That was
Oh,
the
yes.
dance club for kids? Like, well, youth? I went there once.
Yes.
Got in trouble.
Long time ago.
Dad had to pick me up. It was-
That is bad.
Yeah.
That is very bad.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's Red Velvet Underground,
Okay.
which you saw there, which people out there saw their little pop-out ads.
Yes.
And then, of course, there's Effing Bar and Grill,
Yes.
who is a massive supporter, and
Yes.
they have their pop-out ads, too. So
Yeah,
they
you
are
like?
totally epic and awesome.
Yes.
So, see, I was very good. I did not forget our sponsors.
Woohoo! Yay, you get to stay on the air.
I know, right? I get another week. I'm so lucky. This is like a week-by-week life.
I get it.
Yeah, you get that, I'm sure. It's day by day sometimes. So we want to thank everybody for joining us.
Ooh. Sound effects. I don't know.
That
That's
was
pretty
kind
cool.
of echoey.
It was echoey.
I actually got told that by my daughter when I was practicing Monday night karaoke.
That you were echoey?
At the house, yeah.
Yeah.
She texted me and she goes, "You're echoey."
Oh.
I didn't respond to her, but I think what she was talking about is I was singing the song Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin at that time. And that is a very echoey song.
Yes, it is. I can see
So,
how she would say that.
Yes. So I just was like, okay. Anyways, so thank you all for joining us.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate it.
It was so awesome.
If you can help the Dream Center, please do. We would really appreciate it.
Please.
If you can support the venues that support us, we'd greatly appreciate that. And if you can get out and about and go sing tonight,
There you
meet
go.
me down at Shift Change or at Leo's or someplace tomorrow night or Friday night or Tuesday night or Wednesday night.
He's all over the place. You will find him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can be found.
You know how they can find me is on my website. There's a button that says, "Where is Oz?"
Oh, see? That's a good website. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Oz.
Funny how we figure all this stuff out.
Yes. Modern age.
You guys have a great night. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.